Hello, I'm back again. Um, so let's just jump right into this. Today we're going to talk about how long should you meditate. This is a big question that I know a lot of people have. A lot of my clients ask me this. Well, how long should I be meditating? And I'm going to give you a little formula to use to help you determine what is the correct amount of time for you specifically to be meditating throughout the day, okay, or every day. So I got this idea. The idea for the formula is mine, but the idea for the formula came from watching Bill Donahue's video on tithing to Melchizedek. And Melchizedek is a character from the Bible, and I am not a Bible scholar at all. I have read the Bible, and I occasionally go to the Bible because there is some amazing stuff in there. Um, but I am not a Bible scholar. All right, I use it as a scholarly book, pretty much. Like I read other books for different things. I use the Bible as a way to get information, pretty much. Okay, so Melchizedek was a character in the Bible, and if you go to truthunity.net, you can get the metaphysical meanings of what Melchizedek is instead of what the literal meaning is in the Bible. Okay, because in the Bible, everything is written in parables and metaphors. So you can't take it literally. So I like Truth Unity because Truth Unity breaks it down for you in such a way that you can get the metaphysical or the mental meaning for it. All right. So the metaphysical meaning for Melchizedek is the Christ mind or the superconsciousness, that which, when ruling in man's consciousness, establishes and maintains right doing, perfect adjustment, peace, and perfection. Okay. And I really loved how Bill Donahue broke it down, and he talks about this particular character in the Bible, Melchizedek, and it talks about how we need to be tithing to that super consciousness. All right, and when we're taught in church to tithe 10%, right? I decided, okay, how would I measure 10% of my mind? Okay, so that's basically what Bill's video talks about, is dedicating 10% of your mind to Melchizedek, to the super consciousness, to the Christ mind, which is the subconscious mind. You're basically turning your consciousness off a little bit so you can tap into the subconscious, which will help you to have access to that universal mind. Remember how I talked about the subconscious mind is connected to the universal mind, and the universal mind is where the all lives. So we want to be tapping into the all, right? That higher source, that higher consciousness. Um, and when we meditate, it brings about that sense of peace and perfection, and the mental and emotional adjustment that we can do. This is what I do all the time in hypnosis, right? So I created a formula that my clients use to help them determine how much time throughout the day they actually have to devote to meditation. All right. And it's really easy to do. And I hear a lot of people say, I don't have time to meditate. And I'm like, okay, well, this is a way that you can honestly take a look at your day and say, okay, I sleep for 8 hours a day, right? I spend an hour getting dressed in the morning. I spend another 30 minutes eating breakfast. I spend another 10 minutes getting dressed. I spend another 20 minutes putting my makeup on. It takes me an hour to drive to work. I work for 8 hours a day. So what you're going to do is you're going to add up all of the hours in the day that you use for daily life. You're going to add that up, right? And then you're going to subtract that amount from 24, which is 24 hours in the day, right? You're going to include sleep in there. You're going to include eating, getting dressed, taking care of the kids, picking the kids up, dropping them off, happy hour, whatever. You're going to include all of that in there. Okay, and then whatever number that is, you're going to subtract it from 24, which is 24 hours in the day, and whatever is left over, you're going to multiply that by 10%. Okay, so for example, I think mine added up to like 17 hours all total, right? So, what was it, like 17 minus 24 leaves you with 7 hours, okay? That left me with 7 hours, right? And then I multiplied that by 10%, which left me with 70 minutes, okay? So that's an hour and 10 minutes a day that I can actually take and sit with myself and dedicate that time to me. So what I do is I take 30 minutes in the morning and I meditate, then I do 10 minutes in the middle of the day, and then I do another 30 minutes at night. Now, do I do this all the time? No, I don't. I don't do it every single day, but I at least make sure I do that 30 minutes a day, okay? So I encourage you guys to try this formula. So again, you're going to take all of the hours of the day that you spend doing things, okay? You're going to add that up. You're going to subtract it from 24. Whatever is left after that, you multiply that by 10%, and that 10% of how many hours were left, that's the amount of time that you dedicate to your meditation. If you're new at meditating, don't try to sit there for a whole hour. Don't try to sit there for 30 minutes and meditate. Chunk it down, okay? In NLP, we talk about chunking things down. So let's take my time, for example, right? I have an hour and 10 minutes a day that I can dedicate to meditation. So if I was just starting out meditating, what I would do is I would start off with maybe 5 minutes, okay? 5 minutes of just sitting and breathing and being silent, okay? And then the following week, I would tack on another minute or two. So then I would sit for 6 or 7 minutes. I'll do that for a week. And then the following week after that, I would tack on another minute or two. So you just keep doing that until you finally reach the goal of sitting still for the amount of time that you actually have to be in meditation. So what this does is it breaks through the myth that we tell ourselves that I don't have enough time to meditate, okay? We're breaking that known association in the subconscious mind. We're saying, hey, wait a minute, I actually do have time to meditate. And this is a way that I can do that. So you're giving evidence to the subconscious mind. Hi, Bloom with Blossom. You're giving evidence to the subconscious mind that I actually do have time, okay? Because you're not doing something every single moment of the day. There's times when you're not doing anything. The times you're sitting in front of a television, the times that you're sitting on the phone, scrolling through Facebook and Instagram, the time that you're spending on YouTube. Okay, so when we have evidence to introduce to the subconscious mind that makes sense, right? Then we're able to start developing a new pattern in the subconscious mind. Hey, we're starting to develop a new pattern, okay? So this is how you do this. And that's it. That's it. This is not a long video at all. I just wanted to share that little tip with you. I have linked Bill Donahue's video down below this video. Yeah, it helps. It helps a lot. It helps a lot. It saved my life, I'll tell you that much. It has truly saved my life. Meditation has saved my life because I was a mess. Back in the day, I was a mess. I just had too much going on in my head. Currently following a guided meditation challenge by Faith Hunter. Great. And what I'll say about guided meditations, they're a great way to start out. It's a great way to start out. So what it does is it trains you to sit still. Okay, it trains you to sit still, and it teaches you how to allow the thoughts to come and pass through you and lovingly release them. You know, when the thoughts come in, I'm like, thank you. And then I just let it go, and I come back to center. So it's a great practice in mental agility to quickly allow the thoughts to come. Don't judge them and just let them pass through and come back to center. And when you keep practicing that, what you're doing is you're teaching your mind how to work for you. Okay, because you get to decide where your attention goes. And once you have full mastery over where your attention goes and what thoughts you pay attention to, that is when you are cracking the code to transformation. You're cracking the code to mastering your emotions and your minds and becoming this more enlightened, heightened, brightened being. Okay. So I would say the guided meditations are great because it trains you how to sit still, and it trains you how to breathe and how to allow the thoughts to come and let them go. But what I will say is don't get addicted to them. Uh, yes, it's perfect for beginners. It's amazing for beginners. But I will say don't get addicted to guided meditations, because the whole idea of meditating is to be with yourself and to be with yourself and so deeply connected to yourself that you can hear your inner voice, hear your voice, okay, and listen to your guidance, and download the messages that are coming just for you from that universal mind. So, I would say keep doing what you're doing. If it's helping you, absolutely keep at it. But um, you do want to have it in the back of your mind that eventually I'll be doing this on my own. Eventually I'll be doing this on my own. And I used guided meditations for a really long time because it was so hard for me to get myself still. So I used them for a few years. Actually, I think I used them for like maybe about 2 years. I used guided meditation, and then what I would do. Another thing you might want to try to do is maybe once you're done with the guided meditation, give yourself a minute or two to just sit still by yourself. Like once the guided meditation ends, don't just get up and go. Sit still for maybe a minute or two just by yourself and start to kind of slowly wean yourself or move yourself into the space where you can do the meditation on your own. Okay? Cool. Awesome. Well, thank you for joining me. Again, that video for Bill Donahue is down below. I probably should have linked my Vimeo video in here too. Maybe I'll do that because I actually have a hypnosis that I recorded earlier today on Vimeo. So if you guys want to check that out, you can. It is Divine Wisdom to Trust Your Inner Guidance. And the video that I just made previous to this was all about how to stop asking other people for advice and learning how to trust yourself. And that guided meditation, hypnosis, whatever you want to call it, it helps you connect with your higher consciousness, with your inner being, and have a conversation with it and learn how to start tapping into that and trusting it. All right. All right, guys. So I will see you soon. Bye.